Hi everyone, I finally managed to record a half-decent game of the viewer's choice Edward Kim deck, and I'm playing against HB Stronger Together. Yeah, not a very serious ID, but unfortunately the problem is the more I play this deck, the less and less I like it. It's probably due to my lousy playstyle, but yeah, I'm not very comfortable with the deck. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, I won't get too many good games out of this, so sorry for that. It's not a very good viewer's choice. I actually like this deck in theory, but when playing it, it's just not that fun for some reason. Probably because Siphon is just overplayed card right now. Or rather, ever since Corset, it's just it's not a fun card. Both for the opponent and for yourself, because winning games off Siphon just doesn't seem very fun, and yet I rely on it so much in this deck. It's 4 influence a pop, you better make some good use out of it. So anyway, let's get into the game. Do I go on for too long? Basically, I found 2 incubators and lots of money in my opening hand, so that was definitely a keep. I quickly got the incubators going, which are a huge threat. This is a very, very dangerous threat to any corp. Double incubator. How often do you want to purge that? You have to purge it often, but yeah, if you let it go to say 5 or 6 virus counters, the runner can easily dig through half your deck once they get a medium going. So what I did just now was to account siphon his HQ. He did not res. I siphoned him. Second click run. He then res the Eli, which I clicked through and scored the first agenda. Second turn, I knife his Eli and run through his HQ to score a Pyrrhec. So now I'm on 6 points. So count me very lucky for that. This is exactly what I need, because against HB Stronger Together, it's very hard to find those agendas. Also, it's very hard to break through the servers once they set up their ice. So now I'm just going to load up lots of cash to make it one deep but good run on R&D. And with 2 incubators set up and a medium in my hand, I'm looking very good to go. Now here I make my first major mistake of the game. I fam his HQ ice just to get the siphon off. This is a huge mistake because I could easily just siphon him and click through his ice. That's the one reason I blind siphoned him in the first place. As Stronger Together, you're probably playing lots of Bioroid ice, which any account siphon player can easily take advantage of by clicking through your ice. So it's still a very huge liability for HB Stronger Together. You're basically telegraphing, hey, come into my HQ. I can you can get your account siphon off, and I have absolutely no way to punish that. Well, he could punish that. I have my Earthrise Hotel out, but he does not want to sacrifice the tempo to trash my Earthrise Hotel, as you will soon see. In the end, the Earthrise Hotel actually draws me a lot of cards, so he should have trashed my Earthrise Hotel, but well, we'll let that pass. He basically gets lots of credits. He clicked for 2 credits and then restructured, and now it's back to my turn. I look at R&D. It's not that easy to break. The Victor is 4 strength and does 1 brain damage and has 2 end-the-run subroutines. So I'll need 3 clicks to click through the entire Victor, and even then he's still gonna ice it up, so I can't guarantee passage through anymore. So here I finally find my source of memory. Mem strips. For far too long I've been playing without my Overminds. This deck is heavily based on Overmind, and I need the Overmind to be installed with sufficient power tokens. I finally found the Mem strips which give me enough memory for a couple of tokens, but nothing more. In the meantime, I'm staring at Victor 1. You notice my mouse constantly hovering over it, and I quickly realized that it's also a barrier. Now, barriers are not very useful. Not very relevant to my deck because I don't run any fractors or decoders or sentry breakers for that matter. But in this context, I do run knife. I don't run spoon and fork, I only run knife, and having sub boost on a Victor turns the option on for me to use knife. Get through that Victor and trash the sub boost along with it. That would be pretty useful. I don't want to spend 3 counters every time I want to run through R&D. Sure, I'm only going to look to make 1 successful run on R&D, which should close the game. 1 more agenda is all I need. But you never know. In the meantime, he clears virus counters immediately after I install the aim. Very good choice by him. So now my incubators reset. But that slows him down somewhat, so I don't mind. In the meantime, I run through HQ. This time the ice is not femmed, and I run into an Ichi 1. I have a couple of clicks to break it. I could break it with fem, but that's way too expensive, and I quickly realized that Ichi is strength 5, so no way I'm going to pay 8 credits to break it. I'm just going to click through the Trash 1 program subroutines, and because I'm so awesome, I have 1 link. He's not going to get the last trace off. And I access an Adonis campaign. Nothing much I can do about that. Nothing much. I can't be bothered to do anything about it for that matter. With my last click, I inject, and the bad news hits. I found basically 4 non-programs. So not only did I lose 1 credit, I had to trash most of my cards. So that was a very badly timed inject. And that's where the constraint of Lucky Find shows itself. I would have played a Lucky Find there, but I didn't have 2 clicks to play it because I spent my clicks on breaking Ichi. In the meantime, he Jackson draws, probably to recycle some agendas. In the meantime, I'm still focusing my efforts on R&D. I'm thinking of the best way to get through R&D, and it is becoming pretty clear. I need to find a second Overmind, install my mem strips in my hand first, then find the second Overmind, then install the David, and then I'll be good to go. The David is probably what will save me the game here, because most of his ice will be 5 strength or more. Think about it, Eli is 5 strength, and Victor 2 and any Heimdall, Ichi, all of these are 5 strength. What usually is 4 strength ice is now 5 strength, which means that David can cover it all. So David will be working very hard in this game, but the good news is that it will break through a lot of Bioroid ice for free, which is extremely good. So I'm just going to hold the David in my hand until I want to surprise him with an R&D run. Trouble is, R&D run is not going to be easy. It's going to be so taxing. So I definitely need to prepare my Overmind tokens and a good amount of money first. Thankfully, the money is there in the form of the Lucky Find and Ritual Gamma in my hand, along with the couple of siphons that I successfully did perform. Here, I finally decide to bring out my Overmind by recursioning Deja Vu. I saw that both of my retrieval runs are in my heap. I could same old retrieval run, but I have no way to break the Ichi on the archives for cheap, so I didn't bother with that. I just installed Overmind the hard way, which brings me down to 8 credits. That's pretty poor, so I need to play that Lucky Find. Even then, it still leaves me quite worried. A couple of Bioroid Eyes can easily ruin my day and tax me to oblivion. And here I see the bad news. There's a Chrysium Grid on R&D, or what seems like a Chrysium Grid. It might be an Ash, but in any case, that's going to stop me from my medium multi-access. Uh-oh. Well, that's a big problem. So I'm thinking of the best way to perform this medium dig. I decide to eventually install the David. Next turn, first click, knife through R&D. Remember that the knife will break through the innermost Victor, and from there on, we'll just see how the dice fall. Hopefully, it'll be in my favor. We'll see about that. So, I incubate the medium, so I'll access 6 cards, assuming that he doesn't rest the Chrysium Grid. I first break through his first Victor, which costs 4 credits. And basically, my first Overmind is expended. And oh man, that's so annoying. Another 4 strength ice. So I can't pay through the second one. Because I needed to save my tokens to break the third one so that I can get my knife through and knife his last Victor. So that's really annoying. I'm down to 0 clicks and I need to play a side game. Turns out it's a Caprice Nisei. And since everyone bids 1 on Caprice Nisei, I'm going to bid 1 and it fails because he has been watching my videos. He bet 0. So I kept out of the server. My medium is dead. He's going to purge virus counters. For sure. This is bad. So I basically wasted 1 incubator. Lots of Overmind tokens. Yes, he purges. And I'm in a horrible position right now because I wasted all my money on a fruitless run. I'm in trouble. So, first thing to do, get money. Account siphon. I'm just going to siphon all the way through. He resists a Heimdall, which thankfully I can break with David for free. That's what David is for. Followed by breaking Ichi with clicks. Now here, he didn't actually notice this, but he could actually dump the credit he had into the trace. Granted, I should have broken all three Ichi subroutines with the click, so it shouldn't matter. But small things like this that will change the outcome of games. And yeah, inflicting one brain damage on me right now to snipe the last David from my hand would be very crippling indeed. And I actually did go through with the siphon for 2, because I wanted to keep him poor. But he played Celebrity Gift and he's now rich again. So annoying. There's nothing much I can do right now. My first draw finds me a Liberated Accounts, which I cannot leave on the table because I am flooded with tax. What I can do, however, is to install Liberated and liberate 12 credits of it. He can trash it, that will slow him down, and I'll still gain 6 credits from it, so that's good. But the bad news comes in. He's well prepared to score agendas with a Bioroid efficiency research on a sub-boosted Wotan. 5 subroutines on that Wotan. No way I'm going to break through all of them to de-res the Wotan. So I just click for credits, draw more cards. In the meantime, he advances what seems to be an agenda. So now I'm thinking, I probably can make it through his server. The Wotan is actually breakable with David, but I hope that's an agenda. If it's a trap, if it's a Cerebral Overwriter, I'm doomed. So he does not rest the ice in front, so I break 3 of the 5 Wotan subroutines. I'll let 2 of them fire off. I'll pay 3 credits to get past 1 subroutine, and I'll trash 1 install program, the David, to end the run. And that nets me the Eden Fragment for the win. So as you see, it was barely play on both sides. He thought that I couldn't get into the Wotan server, but clearly David has the last word. It is a very powerful program that really warps the game by slicing through such high strength barriers like Swiss cheese. It is pretty amazing. Can't say the same for my deck, however. It really did run out of steam towards the end. That Desperate Siphon did not pay off, and without that David snipe on that remote, I probably wouldn't have won the game at all. He was going to score an agenda, and following that he would just chain into more agendas, and there was no way I was going to get into R&D, bar a lucky Caprice side game, and there was no way I was going to get enough credits. That is where my deck anti-synergizes with itself. There's KT Jones to maintain the late game economy, but not when you slap yourself with 6 tags. So unfortunately I really don't like this deck, but I'll see how I can improve on it. Any suggestions on that? Do leave your comments. Thanks for watching Happy Net Running. See you next time.